All right, so this is the trifecta. This is the final of my Australian car. Well, not the final, but the final for this week of my special Australian cars. So, part of my diecast journey has been to discover and get an example of as many diecast brands as I can. Another obsession I have is Australian cars. So I had known about Beyonce mini cars. You've seen those recently in video, and they are my Australian car collection is primarily right there behind. Tilt up just a little. There is the Matchbox, Beyonce, classic car collectibles, Hot Wheels, and Beyonce. And I've made no secret of my love of the earlier, say, late 60s, early 70s Ford Falcons. This Alan Moffat racer that I purchased from Australia, and this very generous gift here, this Ford Falcon XY GTO HO Phase 3 that was a gift from Tyrone of building the ultimate Matchbox collection, excuse me. And these are the jewels of my collection. My Beyonces. I love my Kyosho. I love I love all of my diecast cars. I buy these out of an obsession, a love. And so when I found out a few months ago about the existence of another Australian brand, which is Cooee, I believe it's pronounced, Cooee or Cooee, and their brand is Aussie Road Ragers. And this haze is on the plastic. It's not washout from light. I guess the plastic aged, got cloudy. So limited edition with individually numbered certificate. Only 1,000 pieces made. This is a 1971 XY Falcon GTHO Phase 3 and a 1967 Viscount Alumavan camper in 164. I'm assuming true 164. So let's take a spin on the package. Original Cooee collectibles, 100% Aussie legend. Aussie Road Ragers. Now, I had been looking at individual cars from Australia, and they are quite expensive. I did not check to see if the website is still active. I will after I do the video. And because of scarcity and because of shipping, getting the individual cars from Australia can be quite expensive. Just like with the Beyonce. With the 4 race cars that I got this week, I bought those from an American seller. So, the shipping was very reasonable, and shipping time very reasonable. Oh, all right, so I'm messing up the outer package, but, not a crime in my book. Although, if I can clean up that plastic, the clear acrylic, I will keep that, because I do like to keep these special cars in the cases. But let's get that off here. I did not pre-open this because I wanted this to be as special a surprise for you as it is for me. So the clear color is over, and often you can see that beautiful Road Rager Road Rager model and the camper. So now I'm gonna unscrew and get them off the base. Let's see. All right, so all right. And it looks like it's a single screw for each, the trailer and the car. Yep. let's take a look at this. So there is, much like with my 100% Hot Wheels, there is a residue of a rubber band to hold the hood open, and get what I can off with my fingernail there. Doesn't look like it's permanently damaged the paint too much, but you know, we will see later. So this is a heavy piece, so let's take a look. The hood has been open for quite a long time. Hold on, let me just see. I forgot to look for a copyright year. Let's see how this has been, how long this has been. I think this is either 2009 or 2010. 2010. Only, hold on, so this says only 500 pieces made. Let's see. It said there would be a certificate. There doesn't seem to be. Alright, so, so let's take this out of the acrylic so you can see this. So in the back of the case is this beautiful beach scene from Australia. I couldn't tell you what beach this is. I know very little about beaches. The only one I've ever heard of is Bondi Beach, and I don't even know where that is. As much as I love Australia, you know, I have to admit that I've not done my research. I want to go there if I ever win the lottery. I'd love to go there for like a month, to go to Australia, New Zealand, and Tasmania, and see the different climates and see the different countryside. You know, our friend KC from Tasmania has done videos from his area where he drives around, him and his wife. They drove up to a beautiful lodge, and you could see like the snow line. So, you know, you think of Australia as all, you know, desert and beaches and warm weather. But, you know, I know New Zealand and apparently Tasmania, they are four-season areas. So, the hood, maybe with a little work, will close completely. That's part of the thing with buying these older die-casts that have been on display in their cases for ages, is that the hoods and so forth can get kind of stuck. This is a nice heavy piece. The hood has the shaker hood that is on the engine and the opening for that. Nicely painted engine. So these do not seem to be plastic inserts for the headlights, but chrome, part of the grille. Some nice details. Nice looking wheels. They're not exactly free spinning after all these years, but yeah, it could be a little bit of rubber band or just age. So the base Road Ragers trademark, Cooee Concepts Limited, made in China. The front is riveted, and it looks like the tow hook is screwed on, but you've got some nice exhaust details and the oil pan painted. The hood pins, windshield wipers, you can see that big wooden steering wheel through the windshield. Of course, this is an Australian market right-hand drive car, but it looks like a wood-rimmed steering wheel. Mostly black interior for what I'm seeing, but it looks nice. All the nice details around the windshield and side windows, door handles and door locks, fuel cap, nice rear spoiler. So the rear tail lights are painted nicely, but they are painted on the chrome. They are not lensed inserts. So of course you know what this means. I really should have done it before in the video, but that means we have to compare it directly to the Beyonce. And these are both XY, same exact series, same exact car in diecast. So I'm going to guess from the last time I took this Beyonce off its base. And again, this one is another limited with the certificate. This is a numbered This is number 2724 of 5,000. Again, a very generous gift from down under. So we're going to compare to see, as far as size, whether the Cooee is, for one, the Cooee is much heavier than the Beyonce, but you can see the details. The Beyonce has lensed inserts for headlights. The Road Rager seems physically bigger looking side by side. Let's just check. So, not much bigger, but I would say it is slightly bigger, and that, let's see this way. It's just, maybe it's, it feels chunkier. Excuse me, sorry. The details are very close. I mean, the Cooee chassis isn't as detailed, but the wooden steering wheel detail is a check on that favor. But of course, the Beyonce with the lensed headlight inserts and lensed taillight inserts. So, with the weight of this and the painted and chrome details, reminds me a great deal of Autoworld. Very nicely detailed, but no lenses. Would be my best comparison. The wheels on the Beyonce are just slightly better, but they're both beautiful. They're wonderful models. So, if I recall, the Beyonce rolls perfectly. The Road Rager is a little stiff. Maybe just a quick check out to make sure that the tires are on correctly and that the axles are free. And it does not look like the wheels turn independently. Well, no, they do not. They are locked together somehow. So I guess they're glued onto the axles and they cannot turn independently, which is fine. But this is a very nice model. Now, I normally don't care about trailers, but let's take a look at the Cooee trailer. This is a nice hunk of metal, the weight of it. So this is a metal base, metal body. Let's take a look at the printing on the bottom. There we go, is 67 Viscount Alumavan, Road Ragers, trademark Cooee, made in China, screwed together. This one has a nice, that's a rubber tire on the same type of wheel as is on the car. It has the propane tank. The windows have this steel shutter here too. No opening features. All the windows, but nice painted tail lights and the license plate XYGTHO. And what is that? It is the Roo. It is a kangaroo with the wheels, which is that on either of these? I believe it might be. So you can see 351 GT there. I have seen that kangaroo before, maybe in advertisement for this. But I actually thought it was on one of the cars. I think, okay. So I think it's right there on the Beyonce, right there behind where it says 351 GT. That is that kangaroo that you see on the trailer. But you don't see on this model. Let's take a look again. So again, the Road Rager is beautiful, heavy, but, I would, as I said, from my initial impression is the Road Rager is Autoworld quality. I think the Beyonces, honestly, other than the plastic base, they are definitely Kyosho quality, maybe even better than Kyosho. I would say that they are Australia's TLV. Because of the scale accuracy, because look, there's a painted mirror there. Let's check on the Road Rager. The Road Rager has no mirror. So minor ding to the Road Rager. The Road Rager's wing seems a little exaggerated compared to the Biante. The Biante has the proper factory script there on the chrome trim. This one doesn't. So it's the little details. It's the little details that make the Biante just that much better. And I will even go back to the video from earlier this week where I looked at the classic Carlectable and the Biante Ford racing cars. The Biante's details were just slightly better. Both wonderful cars, both wonderful models, but the Biante was just like this, just nudged out the classic Carlectables. So with the trailers, I can compare this Road Ragers trailer to this Greenlight trailer. And this Greenlight trailer is very nicely done. Again, metal base, metal body. Can't tell if it's riveted or screwed because they're so deep set. But similarly, the windows on this are painted black. There's, so they're not opening, and you can see sort of like a shutter effect here and here on this, and a little propane tank, just like the Road Rager, and the doors on. Of course, this is designed for American roads, and this for Australian or left-hand market, right-hand market. So both doors are on the passenger side of the respective vehicles. So hold on. I shouldn't try and do this where I can't see it. There we go. The trailer rolls freely, more freely than the car. So that's a pretty cool setup. And these two will be again screwed back onto the base for storage and display. So I'm really thrilled to add another Australian brand. So now I have 3 Australian diecast brands. This is a real happy birthday to me. And fortunately, these cars did not cost what some of the cheapest Biante I have is the civilian blue Holden, which I got on that Downies.com free shipping. That cost $12 and change. And the most expensive Biante that the least expensive Biante I got was the free gift, the wonderful gift from Tyrone. And probably the most expensive that I purchased of this bunch is this one here. But, every now and then, as I was interacting with small scale modeling, every now and then rules are meant to be bent or broken. So this is my broken rule week. So let me just adjust the angle here a little. And you can see the majority of my Australian collection, including, Hot Wheels, Biante, classic Carlectables, and Matchbox. So I feel very fortunate. I know how fortunate I am to have these wonderful models in my possession. Now I have been looking. Road Ragers actually has like a Holden Sandman model that I am hoping to get if the price comes down. And of course, they have some Falcon Utes, and they even have Falcon taxis. So depending on like shipping costs and overall cost, I can safely recommend Road Ragers
brand for those that are looking to diversify and get a one example of a good brand. They have a Road Rager Sydney Taxi, the Falcon Ute. They have a couple of different a surfing Ute, with the surfboards. I've seen those on eBay. Too dear because of the shipping costs from Australia. But now that I know that some of these do show up from American sellers every now and then, I will play the patience game, the waiting game, and see what comes up. I just noticed these tires almost seem to have a red stripe on them. Now, and I forget which tire brand in the United States actually came out with red striped tires back in the late 60s, early 70s. I think it might have been Firestone. But these are nice. Again, the Beyonce is just slightly better. But I am not disappointed in this at all. So, like, share, subscribe, comment down below. You guys have a great weekend. With my birthday, I just don't know when I'll be back on. With COVID, I don't know how much celebrating I can do, but I'm gonna try and make the best of the weekend. Because I'm 12 years old. I'm not doing the birthday. I'm doing the birthday month or birthday week. Because I've earned it. So thanks for watching. Good night.